Hello and welcome to today's YouTube video. Today we'll be speaking or looking into details about Python programming language. And what we are planning is to create a tutorial series or playlist where we'll be tackling Python from zero to hilo. And the first thing that we would like to understand is the history and the origin of Python. We get to understand who created the language, the uses, and then we'll have a wrap up on an info on how to install Python on the various platforms. And for this case, we'll be considering the three major operating system, that is Windows, Linux, and macOS. So without further ado, we'll start with a brief intro, which will then be followed by a clear introduction of what is Python, why Python, and all what Python entails. Kindly take time to watch this tutorial. Feel free to follow, like, comment, subscribe, and as well share this video with other colleagues or friends whom you might think that they might enjoy this tutorial. So what we have with me is a markdown that I've written just to walk us through. And you can follow me at a personal level on my GitHub profile at pcotsdev. And this is the URL. The URL is just github.com stroke pcotsdev. And the same YouTube name you can use to search my GitHub profile. So we'll start with just understanding what is Python. And Python, with the introduction of artificial intelligence, has become a must-have skill for anyone who is serious about being hireable and being marketable and being competitive in the ever-changing landscape of technology. So as you're saying is that Python is a high-level interpreted general-purpose programming language known for its simplicity. Python is more of a, if you know how to speak in English, then Python will be difficult for us or for anyone interested in learning the language. Python readability as well stands out. As we said, is that Python is more of a, although it's a programming language, you can think of as well as the English language. So its readability and its formatting is quite key. And power, when you speak of power, we're going to look at the various uses that we can use Python in. And we are seeing that Python allows developers to focus on solving problems rather than memorizing complex syntax. I know we might have heard of other programming languages such as Java, and apart from Java, we have C Sharp, which are a bit or more complex, and they might at some point need memorization. And if you want to become a good developer, you should not memorize syntax. You should understand syntax. You should not even copy just code online and you don't understand what that code entails. So Python is powerful and fast. It plays well with others, runs everywhere. It's friendly and easy to run. It's open. You have something that we refer to as the Zen of Python, and the Zen of Python speaks about how Python should be used and the powers within the Python ecosystem. I think it has around, if I'm not wrong, around 13 or 14 principles. Every Python developer should memorize by heart. And you can even do a simple Google search to just get an understanding of what is the Zen of Python. And the Zen of Python is actually nowadays it even comes as a Python package, and the website that I would suggest us to look at it is on a website referred to as lilpython.com. As well, that website has got some quite good materials, and I want to see if we have something about the Zen of Python. So what you do for you to get a feel about the Zen of Python, you just run this script, which is import these, and then the Python the console will give you the Zen of Python. And we can even do that practically, but we'll do it later after we have installed the development environment. So Python key features is that it is interpreted and dynamic, open source and cross-platform. No one owns the language. no one who can say that they own the language themselves. It is open source, and the development of Python is backed by the open source community, easy to run and use. If you want to prototype a very simple or even a complicated project, with just understanding the Python project, then you're good to go to bring your idea into market. First, standard library and packages, as we'll be seeing later, support object-oriented programming, procedural and functional programming. These level, we may not dive deeper into what object-oriented programming is, procedural functional programming, but these are some of the programming architects that shapes the language. Python originated in the year 1990s and was developed by one and only one, Guido van Rossum, who is referred to as the benevolent dictator. And Guido did quite some work in developing the language, as we'll be seeing, is that he has really shaped the community. I know you might have ever seen such a face for those who might have had some experience with Python, but he is a gentleman who gave us this language that we all enjoy. Apart from that, then we'll be going down into memory lane, getting to know when this began. It is 1990s, as it has been told, and then in 1991, the first official release of Python 1.0 was done. Then in early 2000s, we got into Python 2.0, and it's now deprecated or not being maintained. And then from 2008, we have Python 3.0, which was released then and now created the foundation of modern Python programming. And today, Python is one of the most popular programming languages globally. We have said that the creator was Guido van Rossum, inspired by the British comedy series Monty Python Flying Circus, not Python the Snake. I know this has always brought some confusions. Let's look at some of the uses. And Python has quite a wide range of uses. Actually, if you're trying to look at a language that you can work or where have many hats, this is the language. Python versatility makes it suitable for nearly every field in computing. AI and machine learning, this one even I can't re-emphasize. TensorFlow, PyTorch, Skitran. These are some libraries and framework for AI and machine learning. Data visualization and data science. We have Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. Web development, I know the popular ones are Django, Flask, and Fast API, but there are other peripheral frameworks or libraries. Automation and scripting, OS building, we have OS, we have Shuttle, Selenium, and PyAutoGUI. Software development for graphical user interface applications, we have Tinker, PyQt, and Kiwi. Game development, we have Pygame, and I know part of this series we'll be working together developing a Python game. Then we have cybersecurity and networking, Scapy and Paramico, cloud and DevOps, Boto3 with AWS, Ansible, and Fably. These are the various career opportunities that one can specialize in with this language. And my advice would be that don't try to be a jack of all trades, just specialize in one, and then you can just have some knowledge about the others. Now let's go to the juicy part of this series, and first thing that we are going to learn is about installing Python and on our operating systems. And we'll start with the Windows operating system. The first thing that you should do is installing Python installer. And for my case, I won't be installing Python because I have it already installed in my machine, but the steps are pretty straightforward. So at the moment, the current version of Python that we have is Python 3.14.0. And there's a note here that Python 3 Plus cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier version. So make sure at least you have a Windows 10 version and above. So what you do is that you just come here and Python will be installed in your machine. And once it gets installed, you can start the installation process. And this is after the installation process, what you can do is try to verify if you have Python installed. And this can be done by just going into your terminal and checking if you have Python within your system. For us, we are going to do that in a few. And what we'll just be trying to capture in this series is we'll go to our integrated development environment. I'll be teaching you how as well to install these IDEs. And for my case, I'll go to terminal. My terminal was already open. There's a certain Python series that I'm trying to create, especially on Python variables. And you can check if Python is installed in your machine or even in your CMD. You can even check on your command prompt, the same works. So it is Python dash dash version. And as you can see, my current Python version is 3.14.0. So I already have Python in my machine, and as well, you should get the same response from your terminal or command prompt. On the second part is that after you have installed Python, then what you have installed is the architecture or the framework to enable us to run Python. And the second point is on us now getting an integrated development environment. But before we do that, I'll just like to walk us through how to install Python on other systems. We have macOS. macOS, fortunately, and for the Linux-based operating system, Python comes pre-installed. So you'll just run this command, Python 3, then dash dash version. And if Python is already installed, you'll see a version number. And if not, we have these prompt that you can run within the terminal, and you get Python installed. I will suggest you go, you first of all install Homebrew. Homebrew is like a package that helps you in installing softwares within the Mac OS ecosystem. And then you can do the verification for Linux or Ubuntu. You just update the system, and then you install Python 3, but then the verification step remains the same. So the other point is that you need to add Python to the path, and this happens to all OS. So when you'll be installing on Windows, make sure that you check on add Python to the path during installation. On Mac OS and Linux, usually added automatically, and you can verify by this prompt, which is echo, then path, and verify the installation through pipe dash version, and install a virtual environment. A virtual environment is that it helps when you're building or developing very different or various projects. You make sure that the code does not become corrupted, in that maybe a code from one project gets to interfere with the code in another project. Now, after you have done that, you have tried to verify installation, then you can as well even try to run a script to see if you'll get maybe some response. And as it is in the programming world, there are two scripts that or a line of code that we always begin with, and that is printing the hello world. And what I'll be doing is that I'll be going back to PyCharm. And for my case, when I go to PyCharm, uh, we can check and for sure indeed verify that Python is working as it should be expected. And you can run the script by either using the terminal. For my case, I can just, if I want to get into the Python terminal, I can use and just write py that is, and I can just write the word or the Python function print. And with print, what print does is a function that tells Python to display something onto the screen. And as we said, we are going to use to write the word hello world. Uh, and we'll get the feedback or something entered for us onto the screen. And this is the response that we get. So The other thing is that you can as well even create a folder and you can run a Python script. I'll walk you through that in the next series when we'll be looking at the various ways that are there to install Python. No, sorry, to learn Python, you can use either integrated development environment, and as well you can learn Python online. We'll be exploring all those common known platforms, and we'll have a simple conclusion. Uh, and this conclusion is just a re-emphasize on why Python, and we are saying that uh, Python is accessible yet powerful language used by millions of developers around the world, and it's versatile community support. Notice this: when you're starting any programming language or when starting to master any craft in tech, make sure that whatever language you're trying to master, already there's a support system or an ecosystem in that field that can support you in mastering that craft. So with this, what you'll find is that Python has a very wide and diverse community. And community comes in handy when even you get into bugs, you can get help from the community. So, and Python, we are looking at beginners learning programming fundamentals, professionals building scalable software systems, and researchers advancing AI and data science. And the advice is that start small, build projects, and gradually explore Python limited possibilities. Here are some of the additional resources you can start experimenting with. There's Python, the official documentation, and the official documentation comes here. You can go to Python doc. This is the website that we use to install Python on Windows, remember, and you can even start from the tutorial section. And the tutorial has quite a lot of materials. The other section is on Python tutorial on W3 schools. This is a website that I believe any beginner should know of. It has a Python intro course, which is free, and it is self-paced. One can master on their own free time. And then we have Python Learning Hub, but I will recommend the first three. And for my name, I said I'm Peter Juguna. I'm an IT professional located in Kenya, and I'm passionate about tech and social impact. I combine software development, project management, and digital skills training to empower others. And empowering others through technology is the most sustainable form of progress as per to me. So you can feel free to visit my GitHub profile, and even you can fork this file. So with those remarks, I'll conclude at that, and I hope you'll enjoy this series. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming videos. In the next video, we'll be looking at the various ways now you can install an integrated development environment, both for offline programming and online programming. Thank you and see you then. Bye.